Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. This is part 2 video on the chapter of compound interest where I will solve the problems of exercise 11a uh, which is based on the introductory part of compound interest and a review of simple interest from the previous class. If you have not watched the previous video, that is part 1 where I discussed about the fundamental concept of how compound interest is calculated, then I strongly suggest and request that you also watch the part 1 video where you will get a good understanding of how compound interest is calculated. So this video is part of the playlist CBSE Maths for Class 8 following the textbook of author RS Aggarwal. If you are new to my channel or not yet subscribed, or if you are watching my videos for the first time or visiting my channel for the first time and my video is beneficial to you, then I strongly suggest and request that you please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So let's get started in solving the problems of exercise 11a on the chapter of compound interest following the textbook of author RS Aggarwal. Okay, so I have the problems of exercise 11a on the left hand side. I hope the fonts are big enough so that you can see the problems clearly. On the right hand side, I will solve the problems. After solving a problem, I will pause for a few seconds so that you can take a screenshot of the solution if you think it will help you. So let's start solving the problems. The first problem says find the amount and the compound interest on rupees 2500 for 2 years at 10% annum compounded annually. Okay, so let's quickly write down what information is given. So the principal, that is the original principal, is rupees 2500. The time or the loan period or the time is given to be 2 years. 2 years. The rate of interest per annum is 10%, and compounded annually. The interest, so this is based on compound interest. So the interest will be compounded annually, which means that the unit of time u is equal to a unit of time is equal to 1 year, which is equal to 12 months. 12 months. So we can see, since the unit of time is 1 year, the r dash. Please watch my previous video so that it will be easy for you to correlate the terminology that I will be using in solving the problems with the previous video. So R dash, that is the rate of interest, the recalculated rate of interest, which is based on the unit of time, which in this case is 1 year or 12 months. R dash will be equal to R, since the unit of time is 1 year. Uh, and how do we know the unit of time is 1 year? Because it is said that compounded annually. Okay, and what else do we need? Okay, so since also quickly, so how many interest we have to, how many times we have to calculate the interest? The n will be equal to the t, the total time in months, and divided by the unit of time in months. So the total time is 2, 2 into 2 into 2 into 12 months, and also u is 12 months, so 12. So this is, we can say, 2 times. So 2 times the interest need to be calculated. Okay, I will use the diagram to see to visually understand how the interest are being calculated. So we have to find the amount, not and the compound interest, the amount and the compound interest. Okay, so we start from the original principal, which is P, and we say that after first unit of time Now remember that the interest is calculated at the end of every unit of time. So after first unit of time, alternatively you can say this is same as after 1 year, because the unit of time in this problem is 1 year. So after first unit of time or after 1 year, we have the interest will be I1, the interest will be P R dash by 100, and the amount A1 is equal to P plus I1, and the next principal P1 will be equal to A1. Okay, now again after the second after after second unit of time, second unit of time, or you can say after 2 years, that is this is the last unit of time, we have the interest I2 is equal to P1. Now the interest will be based on the previous the interest after at the end of second unit of time will be based on the amount which was computed at the end of the previous unit of time. So this is P1 R dash by 100. Amount A2 is equal to P1 plus I2. P1 plus I2. Okay. So A2 is the final amount. In the question it has asked about find amount. So amount will be A2, and the compound interest will be A2 minus P. Okay. So now we have to find A2. If we can find A2, we can find the compound interest. Okay. Now what is I1? I1 is equal to P R dash by 100, which is equal to P is 2500 multiplied by R dash is equal to R, which is 10, divided by 100. This is equal to 250. Now I am ignoring 250, means it will be rupees 250. I am ignoring the rupees symbol. Okay. So what will be A1? We have the interest at the end of first unit is I1, which is to rupees 240, rupees 250, and the amount at the end of the first unit of time will be A1 is equal to P plus I1. This is equal to P was 2500 and the interest is 250. This is equal to 2750. Okay. And the next principle will be or the principle to be considered for calculating the interest during at the end of next unit of time is P1, which is equal to A1, which is equal to 2750. Okay. So this is the calculation of interest, amount and principal at the end of first unit of time. Let's calculate the same things at the end of second unit of time or the last unit of time. So I2 will be P1 R dash by 100. This is equal to P1 is 2750 multiplied by 10 divided by 100. So this is equal to 275. So A2 will be equal to P1 plus I2, which is equal to 275 plus 275. This is equal to 5, 5, 12, 10, 5025. Sorry, this will be 3, 3025. 3025, and P2 is equal to P2 is not required. P2 is not required. So the final amount is so this implies amount is equal to rupees 3025, and the compound interest will be equal to the final amount A2 minus the original principal, that is P. This is equal to 3025 minus 2500. This is equal to 5 uh, 2 5 525 rupees 525 is the compound interest, and the final amount is rupees 3025. Now it is highly possible that I might do some calculation mistake, so please ignore that. Please try to focus in the concept that I am applying to solve the problem. Okay, let's do problem number 2. Find the amount and the compound interest on rupees 15,625 for 3 years at 12% per annum compounded annually. So, the original principal is given to be 15,625. Total time for the calculation of the compound interest is given to be 3 years. The rate of interest is given to be 12%, and the unit of time, this unit of time is it is not this unit of time is in months, is 12 months, because it has asked to find the interest compounded annually. So compounded annually means the unit of time is 1 year or 12 months. Okay, so we have this information. Now, so what will be R dash? Now the unit of okay, so R dash will be uh, if the unit of time is 1 year, then always R dash is equal to R, because R itself is the rate of interest per annum. So R dash is R. Also, how many times we have to calculate the interest? N, small n, as per my formula is T uh, is T in months divided by U in months. This is the time, this is the number of time, this will give the number of times we have to calculate the interest. Now T, obviously, since T is 3 years and U is 1 year, it is obvious that the number we have to calculate the interest 3 times. So this is equal to you can say 3 multiplied by 2 divided by 2. So this is obvious, 3 times. Okay. So we have to find the amount and the compound interest. Okay. So we have P, then after first unit of time, that is 1 year, we have I1, the interest will be P R dash by 100, amount will be P plus I1, and the next principal will be P1 will be equal to the amount. Okay. Again, after second unit of time, that is 2 years, we have I2, the interest will be equal to P1 R dash by 100. Amount A2 will be equal to P1 plus I2, and P2 will be equal to A2. And finally, after n after third unit of time, that is 3 years, we have I3 is equal to P2 R dash by 100. A3 is equal to P2 plus I3, and we do not need P3 because this is the end of the last unit of time. So the final amount will be A3, and the compound interest will be A3 minus P, where P is the original principal. So now we have to calculate A3 step by step. So I1 is equal to P R dash by 100, which is equal to 15625. R dash is equal to R. So this is 12 multiplied by 100. Now this is 4 divide 100 with 25, 4 divides 12 with 3, and let's see if we can divide 15625 by 25. So this will be uh, 6, 150, 150, 62, 250, 625, and this is equal to 15, 1000 rupees. 1875 is the interest at the end of first unit of time. Okay, so A1, the amount at the end of first unit of time is P plus I1. This is equal to P is 15625 and I1 is 1875. This is equal to 10, 10, 15, 7, 1. Okay. Now, if there is a, I will use the calculator to solve to do the computation to just save time. I hope I did the addition correctly. Let me check once again. Okay, let me directly use the calculator to solve to save time. 156 or 25 plus 1875 is equal to 17500. Okay. So A1 is this. So P1 will be equal to A1. So this is the calculation of interest amount and the current principal or the principal for the next unit of time at the end of first unit of time. Now let's do the calculation of interest after the second unit of time. So I2 is equal to P1 R dash by 100. This is equal to P1 equals to A1 is 17500. So we have 157,500 multiplied by 10 divided by 100. This is equal to 1750. P is amount is okay. P1 is 1 equals to okay. So interest I2 will be P1 naught dash by 100, and P1 is 17500 multiplied by 10 divided by okay. So I2 is this. What is A2? A2 is P1 plus I2. This is equal to 17500 plus 1750. This is equal to uh, plus 1750. This is equal to 1919250. So this is the amount at the end of the second unit of time, and P2 will be equal to A2 will be equal to 19250. So this is the calculation of interest amount and the next principal at the end of second unit of time. So finally we will have to do another the last calculation of interest and amount at the end of the third unit of time. So I3 is equal to P2 R dash by 100. This is equal to 1925 multiplied by 10 divided by 100. This is equal to 1925, and A3 is equal to P2 plus I3. This is equal to 19250 plus 1925. This is equal to 21175. So we can say amount, the total amount that need to be paid back at the end of the entire loan period, which is 3 years, is rupees 21,175. And what is the compound interest? Compound interest is A3 minus P, which is equal to 21,175 minus the original principal was 15625. This is equal to 5550. So the compound interest is 5550. Okay, let's do problem number 3. Find the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest on rupees 5,000 for 2 years at 9% per annum. Now, we know how to calculate the simple interest based on the principal amount, the time, which is 2 years, and the rate of interest per annum. But to find the compound interest, we need to know the unit of time. Now, it is not mentioned in this problem whether in calculating the compound interest, whether it will be compounded annually or half yearly or quarterly. So if it is not mentioned anything, then we can assume that it will be compounded annually. So for the simple interest, so the original principal is 5,000. The rate of interest is 9% per annum, and the time is 2 years. The time total period, or the total time for which the interest need to be calculated, is 2 years. Okay, so we can easily find what is the simple interest. We know the simple interest formula is P R T by 100, where P is the principal, or the original principal, where P is the principal. Original principal is actually used in the context for finding compound interest. For simple interest, it is the principal. So we have principal 5,000 multiplied by R. R is rate of interest per annum, which is 9, and the time is in years, which is given to be 2 years. So 2 divided by 100. This is equal to uh, cancels out. So this is equal to 100, 900. 900 is the simple interest on rupees 5,000 for 2 years at 9% per annum rate of interest. Okay. Now we have to find the compound interest. Now, since it is not given how the compound interest will be need to be calculated, that is compounded half yearly or annually or quarterly, we will assume it is compounded annually. So we will have R dash is equal to R. The unit of time is equal to 12 months, and obviously n is equal to t by u will be equal to 2, because t in months is 12, and t in months is 2 into 12, and u is 12, which is 2. So we have to calculate the interest 2 times for calculating the compound interest. Okay. So the scenario for the compound interest is we have the original principal P, and after first unit of time, or 1 year, we have I1 interest is P R dash by 100. The amount A1 is equal to P, that is the current principal, plus the interest, and the next current principal P1 will be equal to A1. Now again, after second unit of time, which is 2 years, we have the interest I2 is equal to P1 R dash by 100. The amount A2 is equal to P1 plus I2. Okay. So let's calculate I1. Let's calculate A2. So I1 is equal to P R dash by 100. P is 5,000 multiplied by R is 9 by 100. So 100, 20 cancels out. This is 450. So the interest at the end of first unit of time, which is 1 year, is 450 rupees. 450. Okay, and amount will be the current principal plus the interest, which is equal to 5,000 plus 450, which is 5,450, and the next principal will be equal to the amount, which is equal to 5450. Okay, so this is the calculation of interest amount and the principal at the end of first unit of time. Let's do it for the calculation of interest amount at the end of second unit of time. So I2 is equal to P1 R dash by 100, which is equal to 5450 multiplied by 9 divided by 100, which is 45, 40, 49, 49.50. This is the interest. So amount A2 is equal to P1 plus I2, which is equal to 5450 plus 490.5, which is equal to 0.50, 14, 9 and 5, 5940.5. So this is the amount at the end of the second unit of time, which is also the last unit of time. So the final amount we see, the question has asked to find the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest. So the compound interest will be equal to A2 minus P. This is equal to 5940.5 minus 5000. This is equal to 940.5. So this is the compound interest, and the simple interest we found earlier to be rupees 900. So therefore, difference in interest is equal to CI, compound interest is greater than the simple interest, CI minus SI, which is equal to 940.5 minus 900. This is equal to rupees 40.5 is the difference of the compound interest and the simple interest. Okay, let's do problem number 4. Ratna obtained a loan of rupees 25,000 from the syndicate bank to renovate her house. If the rate of interest is 8%, now remember, whenever you take a loan from any bank or any insurance company, then usually the interest applied is a compound interest. So Ratna obtained a loan of 25,000 from the syndicate bank to renovate her house. If the rate of interest is 8% per annum, what amount will she have to pay to the bank after 2 years to discharge her debt? The total amount to be paid will be equal to, okay, so basically we have to now obviously the interest calculated will be a compound interest, and since the unit of time is not given, it is assumed to be compounded annually. So we have the original principal P is rupees 25,000. The time T is 2 years. 2 years. The rate of interest R is given to be 8%, and U, since it is not given the unit of time, U B, it's by default 12 months or 1 year. Therefore, R dash will be equal to R is equal to 8%. And also, how many times we have to calculate the interest? N is equal to T by U, which is equal to, now N equals to T by U. Here T is in months and U is in months. So T, the total time is 2 years. So 2 into 12 divided by U is 12. So this is 2. Obviously, if the computation of compound interest is to be calculated based on compounded annually, then obviously the number of times and the total time of the loan or the calculation of interest is 2 years, then the number of times the interest has to be calculated is 2. Okay, so now we have to find the amount. The amount she will have to pay to the bank after 2 years, that is the total amount. So we have P after end of uh, first unit of time, that is 1 year, we have the interest I1 is equal to P R dash by 100. The amount A1 will be P plus I1, and the next principal will be P1 is equal to the current amount. Again, after end of second unit of time, that is 2 years, we have I2, the interest is equal to P1 R dash by 100, A2 is equal to P1 plus I2. So the final amount that Ratna need to pay back to the bank is A2. So we have to find A2. Okay. So what is I1? I1 is equal to P R dash by 100. P is 25,000. R dash is R, which is 8 divided by 100. 0 cancels out. So this is 0, and 2000. So the interest at the end of first unit of time is 2000 rupees. The amount will be P plus I1, which is equal to 25,000 plus 2000. This is equal to 2000. This is equal to 27,000. And the next principal will be equal to P1 is equal to A1 is equal to 27000. Okay. So again, at the end of the second unit of time, which is the last unit of time, I2 will be P1 R dash by 100. This is equal to P1 is 27,000 multiplied by 8 divided by 100. This is equal to 0, 2160. Rupees 2160 is the interest at the end of the last unit of time, or the end of 2 years. A2 amount will be equal to P1 plus I2. P1 is 27,000 and I2 is 2160. This is equal to rupees 29160. So this is the amount that Ratna need to pay back to the bank after 2 years. Okay, let's do problem number 5. Now for the remaining problems, I'm not going to draw the diagrams. As you can see, the diagrams will be the same. So it makes no sense to solve all the problems drawing the same diagram again and again. I hope you got the idea how the compound interest is being calculated over the entire time period and at the end of every unit of time. So what is question number 5? Harpreet borrowed rupees 20,000 from her friend at 12% per annum simple interest. Okay. She lent it to Alam at the same rate but compounded annually. Find her gain after 2 years. Find her gain after 2 years. So basically, Harpreet borrowed from her friend rupees 20,000 for 2 years at the rate at a simple interest of 12% per annum. Okay. Uh, so at the end of what is the question is asking, uh, find her gain after 2 years. Now, what will be her gain? Her gain will be the amount of money Harpreet will receive from Alam, that minus the amount of money Harpreet will have to pay back from her friend from whom he took the loan. So Harpreet borrowed 20,000 from her friend. So after 2 years, he will have to pay back some amount to her friend, including the simple interest. So let that amount be, if that amount be A, and let B be the amount that Harpreet will receive from Alam at the end of 2 years based on compound interest. So the gain of Harpreet will be B minus A, because B will obviously be greater than A. That is, the money Harpreet will receive from Alam will be greater than the money Harpreet need to pay back to her friend from whom he borrowed the money. So basically, we have to find the amount for the simple interest and uh, the amount for the compound interest and take the difference. Okay. So so let consider for Harpreet, and her friend. This is the computation. Let's find the total amount that Harpreet need to pay back to her friend based on simple interest at 12% per annum. The principal is equal to rupees 20,000. The rate of interest given is 12%. Time T is equal to 2 years. So, the simple interest will be equal to PRT by 100. This is equal to 20,000 multiplied by R is 12, and T is 2 years. Remember, in simple interest, the time or the loan period is always in years. 2 divided by 100. This is equal to 20. This is equal to 200 multiplied by 24. This is equal to 4800. Rupees 4,800 is the simple interest that Harpreet need to pay to her friend. So this implies amount. This is the amount Harpreet have to pay to her friend will be equal to P, the principal, plus the simple interest, which is equal to 20,000 plus 4,800, which is equal to 24,800. Rupees 24,800 is the money Harpreet need to pay back uh, to her friend. Okay. Now let's calculate the amount that Alam need to pay back to Harpreet for uh, Harpreet and Alam. So this is the calculation of the amount based on compound interest that Alam need to pay back to Harpreet after 2 years. So we have the original principal is 20,000. Because why 20,000? Because Harpreet borrowed the Harpreet took 20,000 from her friend, and then he immediately lent that money to her friend, to uh, her friend Alam. So for Alam, so this basically means that Alam borrowed rupees 20,000 from Harpreet at compound interest, compounded annually. And so we have to calculate the amount that Alam need to pay back to Harpreet after 2 years, based on the same rate of interest, that is 12%, and the compound interest will be based on compounded annually. So we have P equals to 20,000, R is equal to 8%, T is 2 years, and also U is also 12 months, that is the unit of time is 12 months. The R dash, since the unit of time is 12 months or 1 year, R dash will be equal to R. And how many times we have to calculate the interest for calculating the compound interest? This is small n is equal to T in months divided by U in months. So T is 2 years, so 2 into 12 divided by 12, obviously we have to calculate the interest 2 times. Now, so I will draw the diagrams. I will not draw the diagrams in very details. So from P, we will have, after the end of first unit of time, we will have I1 equals to P R dash by 100. A1 will be equal to P plus I1. P1 will be equal to A1. And again, at the end of the last unit of time or the end of second year, so let's say after first year, after second year, we have I2 is equal to P1 R dash by 100. A2 will be equal to P1 plus R2. And okay, so we have to find A2 will be the final amount that Alam will need to pay Harpreet, or Harpreet will receive A2 from Alam. Okay. So what is I1? I1 is equal to P R dash by 100. This is equal to P is 20,000 multiplied by R dash is R, which is 8, divided by 100. This is equal to 1600. So at the end of the first unit of time, or at the end of first year, the interest calculated is rupees 1600. A1 is equal to P plus I1, which is equal to 20,000 plus 1600, which is equal to 21600. And P1 is also equal to A1 is equal to 21600. Okay. Now, what is I2? That is the interest calculated at the end of second unit of time or at the end of second year. This will be P1 R dash by 100. This is equal to P1 is 21600. R dash is R divided by 100. So this is equal to 48, 12, 1728. The interest at the end of the second unit of time or the end of second year is 1728. A2 will be equal to P1 plus I2. This is equal to 21600 plus 1728, which is equal to 8, 2, 13, 3 and 2. 23,328 is the amount, final amount that Alam need to pay back to Harpreet after 2 years. So Harpreet, so this implies Harpreet received rupees 2, 3, 3 to 8 from Alam. Also, Harpreet need to pay rupees, that is the amount on the simple interest 24800, find her gain after 2 years. Now, if Harpreet need to pay, we are having that Harpreet need to pay to her friend 24,800, which is more than what Harpreet is receiving from Alam. So, in that case, how can Harpreet have some gain? From her, Harpreet borrowed from a friend at 12% per annum simple interest. She lent it to Alam at the same rate but compounded annually. The amount that Alam need to pay to Harpreet should be more than the amount Harpreet need to pay to her friend, so that Harpreet will have some gain. So let me check if I calculated the compound interest correctly or not. So for the compound interest, the original principal is 20,000. The rate of interest is, why the rate of interest is 8? Why sorry. The rate of interest is same. This is 12. Okay. So this is 12. This is 12. This will be the interest at the end of first unit of time will be 2400, 2400, and the amount will be 24,022. The amount will be 22,400. 22,400. Okay. I2 is P1 R dash by 100. This will be 12, and this will be 22,400, and this is how much? Okay, so let me use the calculator. 224 multiplied by 2 is 224 multiplied by 12 is 2688. So this is the interest at the end of the second unit of time, that is the second year, and the amount will be P1 plus I2. P1 is 22 2400, and I2 is 2688. So the amount at the end of second unit of time, or the amount that the money that Alam need to pay back to Harpreet is 22400 is 252088. So Harpreet received 25088, that is 25,088 from Alam, and Harpreet need to pay rupees 24,000 to our friend. So this implies that gain of Harpreet will be equal to rupees 25,088 minus rupees 24,000. This is equal to rupees 1088. So this is the gain of Harpreet. Okay, let's do problem number 6. Manoj deposited a sum of 64,000 in a post office for 3 years, compounded annually at 7.5% annually per annum. So we have the original principal is given to be 64,000. We deposited for 3 years. So time is a loan period, not loan actually. This is a kind of investment. Time is 3 years, and the rate of interest is 7.5, which is equal to 15/2% per annum. What amount will he get on maturity? Now, what amount will he get on maturity means what will be the total amount of the original principal, which is 64,000, compounded with a compound interest for 3 years. So that is the amount that will Manoj receive after 3 years on maturity. So we have to basically calculate the amount. First, we have to calculate the compound interest. We do not have to find the compound interest. We have to find the amount. Okay. So the scenario is like, so compounded annually for 3 years. Compounded annually means the unit of time is equal to 12 months. So how many times? So R dash, since the unit of time is 12 months, which is 1 year, R dash will be equal to R will be equal to 15/2 percentage. Now, how many times the interest will be calculated? The small n is equal to the total time, that is the duration of the loan or the deposit in months, and the unit of time in months. This is equal to 3 multiplied by 12. This is equal to 3. Obviously, we have to calculate the interest 3 times. Now, I will not draw the diagrams again. I hope it is by now it is clear how the flowchart will be in calculating the compound interest. That is the interest at the end of every unit of time. Since we will have to calculate the interest 3 times, it is obvious that A3 will be the amount. A3 will be the amount that Manoj will receive on maturity. So directly we know that I1 will be equal to P R dash by 100. P is the original principal, which is 64,000. R dash is R, which is 15 by 2. This divided by 100. 0, 0 cancels out, and we have 2 divides 320. So this is equal to 320 multiplied by 15. This is equal to 320 multiplied by 15 is 4800. 4800 is the interest at the end of the first unit of time, that is at the end of first year. Amount A1 will be equal to P plus I1. This is equal to 64,000 plus 4,800. This is equal to 68800. Okay, and the next principal will be P1 is equal to A1 is equal to 68800. Okay, now we have to calculate I2. That is, we have to calculate the interest amount at the end of the second unit of time. This will be P1 R dash by 100. This is equal to P1 is 68800 multiplied by 15 by 2 whole divided by 100. 0, 0 cancels out. 2 divides 688 by 344, and 344 multiplied by 15 is 5160. 5160. So this is the interest at the end of the second unit of time. Amount will be A2 is equal to P1 plus I2. This is equal to 68800 plus 5160. This is equal to 68800 is equal to 73960. So the amount at the end of second unit of time, that is the end of the second year, is 73960. So we have to calculate the interest one more time, that is at the end of third unit of time or at the end of third year. No, I think we have already calculated for 3 years I1. Yes, we have to calculate I3. So I3 is P2 R dash by 100, which is equal to, now from A2 we have P2 is equal to A2 is equal to 73960. So I3 is P2 R dash by 100, which is 73960 multiplied by 15 by 2 divided by 100. Okay, so this is equal to 7396 multiplied by 15 divided by 2 into 10. Okay, so let's see. 73. I'm sorry, friend. I am doing the calculation using calculator, which is you must do the calculation yourself. So please be very quick and habituated in doing this kind of calculation. 7396 multiplied by 15 is this, divided by 20 is 55. This is 5547. So this is the interest at the end of the last third unit of time, or the last unit of time or third year. So A3, the final amount will be equal to P2 plus I3. This is equal to P2 is 73960 plus 5547. This is equal to 73960 is equal to 79,507. This is the amount. This is the final amount that Manoj will receive on maturity from the post office. Okay, let's do the last problem, that is problem number 7. Divakaran deposited a sum of rupees 6,250 in the Allahabad Bank for 1 year, compounded half yearly at 8% per annum. Find the compound interest he gets. Find the compound. So when you deposit money in the bank, then you obviously receive the interest. That is your earning. So whenever you deposit some amount of money in the bank, the interest calculated is compound interest. Okay, so in this case, the original principal is rupees 6250, and it is deposited for 1 year. That is, the time total time is 1 year. Also, the interest is compounded half yearly. So the unit of time is equal to 6 months. The rate of interest per annum is given to be 8%. Now, if when the unit of time is 6 months, R dash will be equal to R, the unit of time in months divided by 12. This is equal to R is 8 multiplied by unit of time is 6 months, 6 divided by 12. So this is 4%. It is obvious that if the rate of interest per annum is 8%, then the rate of interest half yearly will be the half of R, which is 4%. Okay. Also, how many times we have to calculate the interest? Small n is equal to T, the time in months, divided by the unit of time in months. And it is obvious that 1 into 12 divided by 6, which is 2. We have to calculate the interest 2 times. Okay. So, find the compound interest he gets. So, we have to find the compound interest. So, definitely the scenario is that since we have to calculate the interest 2 times, A2 will be the final amount. A2 will be the final amount. Based on the compound interest and the original principal of 6250, and the compound interest will be CI will be A2 minus P. Okay, so let's calculate the interest and the amount at the end of first unit of time, which is 6 months. So I1 will be PR dash by 100. This is equal to 6250 multiplied by, now R dash is 4 divided by 100. This is equal to 625 multiplied by 4 is this, divided by 10 is 250. So this is 250. Okay, the interest at the end of first unit of time or after 6 months is 250. Amount A1 is equal to P plus I1. This is equal to 6250 plus 250. This is equal to 6500. Okay, P1 will be equal to A1 will be equal to 6500. So this is the calculation of interest amount and the next principal at the end of first unit of time or after 6 months. I2 will be equal to P1 R dash by 100. This is equal to P1 is 6500 multiplied by R dash is 4 divided by 100. So this is equal to 20 to 60. The interest at the end of the last unit of time or the second unit of time is rupees 260. A2 will be equal to P1 plus I2. This is equal to 6500 plus 260. This is equal to 6760. So the final amount is, that is the final amount after 1 year is 6760. So this implies compound interest is equal to A2 minus P. This is equal to 6760 minus 6250. This is equal to 510. So rupees 510 is the compound interest. Okay. So this brings to an end in solving the problems of exercise 11A, which is based on the fundamental concepts of compound interest and a little bit of simple interest. So the fundamental concept of the compound interest and the simple interest I have already discussed in the previous video, which is part 1. So to understand the solving of these problems, you need to see my previous video, that is part 1. I hope this video was beneficial. Solving these problems will give you a better idea of how to calculate the compound interest, that is how to calculate the interest at the end of every unit of time, and finally calculating the final amount and the compound interest. So if this video was beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and also please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. In the next video, I will continue discussing the compound interest, which I guess will be the next. We will discuss about the formulas that are used to calculate the compound interest, where it is compounded yearly or half yearly or even quarterly, and then we will solve the eventual next problems from the exercise from the textbook of author RS Aggarwal. So that is all for this video. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.